Hello! Welcome to the second episode of Singles Only. We have an intense matchup today with Satya, Aetherflux Genius, and the partner pair of Yoshimaru Ever Faithful and Tana the Blood Sower. Today's matchup features two powerful three-color decks, mainly focusing on value that you can get from your creatures, as well as every other card in your deck that synergizes well with your commander. Today, our pilots are none other than myself, running Yoshimaru Ever Faithful, and our DC Philippines regional coordinator running Satya, Doxte. Yoshimaru Ever Faithful relies on the synergies of legendaries. It's powerful, it goes big, it goes tall, and it goes wide. My game plan with Yoshi is to go big with my Dogo and all of my legends.
Hi, I'm Doxte and I'm playing Satya Aetherflux Genius. So Satya is a Jeskai commander in Duel Commander, and the goal of the deck is to try to play value creatures like Pyrogoyfs, like your Tishana's Tidebinder or Beza, and try to create copies of those creatures to take the advantage and try to hold the advantage as much as possible, hopefully to win the game. So there are a lot of interesting interactions with Satya and your creatures inside the deck, and that's what I hope to do win this game. So I'll choose to play first.
Sounds good.
Try my 7.
Okay. So thankfully, I have a hand that pretty much guarantees me a good, pretty decent game. I have enough lands to cast all my spells, and my curve is pretty good. With interaction with Reprieve, I feel pretty confident with what I have.
So I'm gonna keep this hand because it has all of the things that I need in my early game plan. It has access to all of my colors with the help of my lands. It gives me access to removal against early creatures against my Yoshimaru, and it gives me early value creatures like Spiketail Hatchling to help me secure my early board state.
Good luck, have fun.
Alright, first turn I will play an Elegant Parlor. So I'll surveil 1.
Sounds good.
I will put that in my graveyard. I'll pass. So my first play in the game is playing Elegant Parlor, and the first thing that I look into the first card that I surveilled into is Duel Commander. So Duel Commander is a good card, but I think I don't need this card for this specific matchup this early on in the game because I already have good creatures in my opening hand. So that's the beauty about surveillance. If I don't need the card, I can just throw it in my graveyard.
Great. I'll draw my card. For my land for turn, I'm gonna play Razor Verge Thicket, and then I will be casting Yoshimaru Ever Faithful.
Sure.
So,
Tapping, upkeep, draw. I will be playing a Prismatic Vista. I'll pitch one. Sure. I'm gonna search my library for a basic island. Then I will play Mausoleum Wanderer.
okay.
Then I'm going to play Static Prison.
Oh gosh.
Okay. I will target Yoshimaru. And enters the battlefield, also get 2 energy.
I will decide to put Yoshimaru back into the command zone.
Sure.
Static Prison. So now I have to make the decision to put Yoshi back in my command zone or just wait it out. But I feel like his deck is purely about energy, so I cannot risk keeping Yoshi in that prison.
So this is a very good turn to play. Because number 1, I have played a very efficient creature that I can eventually copy later on in the form of your Mausoleum Wanderer. At the same time, I'm able already to deal with my opponent's creatures, Yoshimaru, by using a very good early removal in the form of Static Prison. And I'll pass my turn.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I'm gonna play my own Prismatic Vista for turn. I'm going to fetch, finding a basic Plains. Snow-covered Plains. And then I'm going to play Melira, the Living Cure.
Sure.
Pass turn.
Untapping, upkeep, I'll draw. Then, during my beginning of my pre-combat main phase, I'm not gonna pay the energy, so I'm gonna sacrifice Static Prison. I will play Wall of Omens.
Okay.
It enters the battlefield, I'll draw a card. I guess I'll place Soporific Spring Stats.
Okay.
I'll move to combat. I'll swing for 1.
And I'll take one.
Still Wanderer. I'll pass my turn.
Wait. Untap. Drawing my card. I'm gonna play Plaza of Heroes for my land. And tapping all of my lands, I will be casting Boromir, Warden of the Tower.
Sure.
And I'll just pass turn because I don't need to attack. Playing everything on curve, Melira, and then Boromir. Feeling pretty confident, but his board is getting really scary, and I'm not really interacting with him that much. So hopefully my board can hinder him from trying to swing too much.
I'll untap, upkeep, I'll draw.
I don't like that laugh, but okay.
I will play a Henge Gate Pathway.
Okay.
Afterwards, I will play Spiketail Hatchling.
Okay.
Then I will cast Lightning Helix, targeting... I'm going to try to kill one of his creatures using Lightning Helix. So I think I'm going to try to kill Melira because it forces him to make the decision of whether or not he wants to use Boromir or not. Target Melira.
Targeting Melira. I will decide to exile Melira using her second ability, targeting Boromir. I just do not want you to gain any life.
Okay, sure. So Lightning Helix gets countered. I'll move to combat. I'll swing with the Mausoleum Wanderer.
And I will
one.
for one?
Yep.
When does it? Oh, it only answers with that.
I'll pass my turn.
Okay. Untap, draw. Alright. I will play an Arid Mesa. I'm gonna fetch Finding a Plateau. And I'm gonna tap all of my mana to cast Mince and Boo, Tireless Heroes.
In response, I will sacrifice Spiketail Hatchling to counter that, unless you pay one.
Sadly, I cannot. And I'm just gonna pass one from there. Okay, I have Mince and Boo in hand, but I know he has interaction. Might as well try to get it out of the board just so he doesn't keep on copying it and just keeping me out of the game even further.
And tapping. Upkeep, draw.
Okay.
I will play a Polluted Delta. Then I'm going to cast my commander, Satya.
Okay.
Etherflux Genius. So it has Menace and Haste, and whenever it attacks, I can create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to one target creature, non-token creature I control. Then I get 2 energy counters. And at the beginning of my next end step, sacrifice that token unless I pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. So I'll move to combat.
That's a lot of value. Go ahead.
I'll swing with Satya and Mausoleum Wonder. Satya will trigger. I'm going to create a copy of Mausoleum Wonder.
Okay.
And I'm going to get 2 energy counters.
Okay.
The token is also a spirit, so it will also trigger Mausoleum Wonder. So it gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
Alright.
So this is 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
And I can't block anyway, so I will take 6 damage.
Then at the beginning of my end step, the token ability will trigger. I need to sacrifice it unless I pay 1 energy equal to its mana cost. So I'm just gonna pay 1 to keep it there, and I'll pass my turn.
Untap, draw. So there's a pretty tight on what I can do. So I think I just have to decide to cast Yoshi. Tapping this way. Responses on casting Yoshi.
Yoshi resolves.
For my land for turn, I'm gonna play Sokenzen. Triggering Yoshi's ability, when a legendary permanent enters the battlefield, I get to put a +1/+1 counter on it. So I will get to play 1/1 on Yoshi.
Okay.
And I will try to do that again, trying to cast Shadow Spear.
Sure. Shadow Spear resolves.
Trigger on Yoshi. And then I will also just want to try and see if I can cast a Skullcap.
Sure.
Alright. There's still no optimum blocks because of the Wall of Omens, so I really do just have to pass.
End step, I'll sacrifice Polluted Delta. I'll pay 1 life. And I'm going to search my library for a Thundering Falls. So it's red-blue surveil land. So when Thundering Falls enters the battlefield, I'll surveil 1. I'll keep that.
That's good.
I'll untap. Upkeep. I'll draw. Then I'm going to cast an Ajani.
Oh.
Nakatang Pariah.
Cool.
When it enters the battlefield, I'm going to create a 2/1 White Cat Warrior token. I'll move to combat, and I'm going to attack with Satya and the two wandering Mausoleum Wanderers.
Okay.
Satya will trigger. I'm going to target Ajani.
Yep.
So Ajani will. I'm going to create the token copy of Ajani.
Sure.
And two things will happen. The first thing is that the legend is going to check that I have two legends, so I need to sacrifice one of my tokens. The token copy will also trigger, causing me to have another token, and that and because of the token dying, which is also a cat, my Ajani will flip.
That's incredible. Okay.
All right, and I also gain 2 energy from that.
Right. So I do have the opportunity to double block Satya, so you could at least like stop getting value from him. I'm just thinking if that's optimal, especially if you could just like cast them again next turn. And I think I want to at least back as far as I can and try to get the red permanent that you need to get to not get as much value from a Johnny Nakato Avenger to ping me. So I think I want to try and double block Satya.
Okay. Then I'm going to arrange the blockers in such a way that I will put Yoshimaru as the first defender.
All right. I think I just have to pass on that. Any effects before damage?
No effects.
Damage dealing.
Sure.
Yoshi dies from combat,
You'll take 2 damage.
and I will be taking 2
Satya
damage.
dies. Okay.
Good.
I haven't played the land yet, so I'll play a Sacred Foundry taps.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Denic, Pious Apprentice.
That's good.
Beginning of my end sorry, not yet. During my second main phase, I'm gonna activate Ajani to create another 2/1 cat token.
Sounds good.
Alright. And then,
Thankfully, no damage.
at the end of my turn, the token's no longer here, so I don't need to pay energy for it. I'll pass my turn.
All right. So I need something big. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna play land for turn, which is going to be Boseiju. And I'm gonna use 2 mana to attempt to attach Skull Clamp. I mean, not Skull Clamp. Shadow Spear onto Boromir.
Sure. So it's currently a 4/4 right now.
4/4 Vigilance, Lifelink, Trample. And I'm thinking if you can still just block, but I think I want to exert pressure on the Ajani. Might as well, because I think you're just gonna keep accumulating value no matter what I do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to declare attackers,
Sure.
and I'm going to attack Ajani with Boromir.
Okay. I'm going to move to blockers. I'm gonna put Wall of Omen in front of Boromir.
Fair. That's good on my end. No damage dealt, but I still get to gain 4 life.
Yes.
Ugh. And I'll just pass turn from there.
So we're currently at 12 and I'm at
Yes.
18. Alright. I'll untap. Tap, upkeep, and I'll draw. Okay. The first thing I'll do is I will recast Satya.
Okay, so I really do have to try and respond to this. I'm going to tap 2 and do whatever I can. Reprieve. Okay, I have his interaction for his Satya. Let me reprieve and hope for the best that either he decides to sack his Mausoleum Wanderers, but thankfully I can pay for those, or I just get a free draw.
He's reprieving my commander. I have the option to sacrifice my Mausoleum Wanderer, but he already has 2 mana available. So I don't think that will make any huge difference if I let the reprieve resolve, right? Reprieve.
If you want to sack your Mausoleums, that's fine with me.
It won't really do anything. Sure, reprieve resolves.
I'm going to draw a card from Reprieve.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's the first card you drew.
Your first card you drew, and it is Triumph of Saint Catherine.
Sure.
Oh my god! Triumph of Saint Catherine. It's a miracle! If ruling for miracle, if it's the first card I drew, I can play it for its miracle cost. And would you happen to know it? I have 2 open mana. Thanks, Doxte. So, Giant of Saint Catherine has a miracle cost of just one and a white. So, since it's the first card I drew during your turn, I'm attempting to cast them.
Okay. That's actually nice. That's really good. Okay. I think what I will do now is I'll just move to combat and swing for 2 in the air.
Still can't block, so I have to take it.
Okay. Then on my second main phase, I'm going to activate Ajani to create another 2/1 cat token.
Sounds good. It's so
and
big.
I'll pass.
Your army is huge. I'm gonna draw my card. And I'm gonna see if there's anything I could do from here. I still want to take out a Johnny as much as I can because your board is still just going to get even bigger. Forcing you to block as much as you can and wiping out your board is worth it. Then I guess that's up to you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to equip Shadow Spear onto the Triumph of St. Catherine.
Sure.
And I'm also going to try and equip as well the Skull Clamp on Triumph of St. Catherine.
Sure. So currently it is a 7-6?
7-4? No, 7-5?
7-5.
It's currently a 7-5.
Right.
And then I'm just going to move into the combat step.
Sure.
All I can really do is try to get back my life total with my Triumph of St. Catherine. Let's hope all of these equipment is enough to swing my life total back up to the green zone. And I'm gonna try and swing Triumph of St. Catherine on a Johnny.
So it's a 7-5. Sure. I'll move to blockers and I'll put 2 cats and Denick to block Triumph of St. Catherine.
That would be a total of 6
damage.
6 damage and then 5
Total
toughness.
toughness 5 toughness, yes.
5 toughness. So that sounds good on my end. Now do I decide if I want to sack Boromir? No, this is a toughie. I think having Triumph on the board as of now is the best play. So I think I have to sacrifice Boromir to give Triumph a indestructible and ring tempting the Triumph.
Sure. Okay.
Alright. So
Denick dies.
nice and the 2 tokens. And how
Trample 2.
Trample 2.
So Johnny goes to 1.
Lifelink happens, so I gain 7,
Okay.
I believe.
Yes, correct. And I also gain 2 life from Denick.
For my second main, I will just play my land for turn and pass.
Okay. I'll move to untap. Then upkeep, draw. Okay, I think the coast is clear. I have enough mana to recast my commander, to add another creature on the board, and activate a Johnny to deal at least 7 damage and swing for the win. I think I'm gonna do that. Draw. Okay. So let me see. You're at 17 right now.
Thank
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think, yeah. I'll cast Satya.
Yep.
I will also cast Seno, Keen-Eyed Protector.
Okay. Sounds good.
Then I will activate Ajani.
Okay,
So
so
create a 2/1.
gotcha.
Then since I control another red permanent, I will deal that X damage to any target equal to the number of creatures I control. So I deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to you.
Dealing to me. Alright. I can't do anything about that.
Down
so
to 10.
Down to 10.
Then I'm going to move to combat.
Go ahead.
I'm going to swing with my cats, 2 of my cats, my Wanderer and Satya.
Alright.
Satya will trigger. I'm going to target Mausoleum Wanderer. So
Alright.
I'm going to create a copy of Mausoleum Wanderer and gain 2 energy. Then, since the token's also a spirit, it's going to trigger both of my Mausoleum Wanderers as well. So these will become 2/2s. So right now, I'm dealing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage.
Sounds good to me. GG's.
Okay.
Oh my god. There's nothing much I can do. Honestly, the Triumph was just like a Hail Mary.
It was a good draw. It was a good draw.
A weirdly good draw. Oh my gosh. Well, there goes my life total. Thanks, Doxte.
Then a win. That's game 1. Let's move to game 2. Okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna put this at the bottom.
I'm also gonna put this in the bottom.
Sure.
Mulligan to 6. Alright, game 2. Mulligan to 6 isn't really the best, but I have to take what I can get. I have enough lands, and I have a good curve. Let's hope this is enough to disrupt Doxte and get me this win.
Okay, so Yoshimaru's on the play, I'm on the draw. So what I don't want to go to experience against this matchup is that Yoshimaru has the ability to apply a lot of pressure. And when I mean a lot of pressure, I do mean a lot of pressure.
Which I think is okay. So good luck, have fun.
Good luck, good luck.
I'm going to Arid Mesa,
Yep.
fetching for a plateau.
That's a good thing about Yoshimaru. Yoshimaru's very, very consistent.
Absolutely. Always having a third one is so good, and just that your deck naturally curving into your legends, it just makes it even better.
Please don't.
Attempting to cast Yoshimaru.
Yoshimaru's good.
Okay, no mental misstep, but that's good too.
Alright, I'll move to my upkeep, draw. I'll play Command Tower, and I will pass my turn.
Oof. I'm gonna, untap, draw. For my land, I'm going to play Copperline Gorge.
Sure.
And I'm going to attempt to cast Thalia, Guardian of Thraben.
Ooh, okay. In response to Thalia, I'm going to cast Swords of Plowshares, targeting Yoshimaru.
Fair is fair. Gain 1 life.
And Thalia resolves.
Passing turn.
I'll untap, I'll draw. I will play a Rogrin Triumph, and I will pass.
Good. Untap, draw. Alright. I'm going to play Inspiring Vantage for my land for turn. And first I'm gonna try and swing with Thalia.
No blocks. I'll take 2.
Good. For my second main, I will try and cast Mother of Runes.
Mother of Runes is good.
And I'll just pass turn.
I'll untap, I'll draw. I will play a Volcanic Island and pass my turn.
On your end step, I will tap 2 to flash in Felia, Exuberant Shepherd.
Sure. Felia is good.
Entering my turn. Tap. Draw. Alright, Thalia's on board. Let's hope my other creatures really get my value going. Flash in Felia and have a Mother and Ruse for protection. Feeling good? Hopefully this can push me to the win. I'm going to play land for turn, which is going to be a Battlefield Forge. I'm going to try and tap 3 for Yoshimaru Ever Faithful. For my second
Sure,
cast.
Yoshimaru is good.
And now... Oh wait, I tapped wrong. Sorry.
Sure, okay.
Just do this way.
Okay.
There we go. And now I want to declare attackers.
Sure.
I will declare Felia and Thalia. Felia trigger, I want to decide to target Yoshi to be exiled until the end of my turn.
Sure. That resolved.
Yoshi gets exiled.
That gets exiled.
And
I'm thinking.
two damage coming.
Yeah, no blocks. We'll take 4.
Sounds good. Entering the end of my turn.
Sure.
Yoshimaru enters again, and I get a +1 on Felia.
Sure.
Pass turn.
Upkeep, draw. I'm going to play a Glacial Fortress. And I'm going to cast Beza, Bounding Spring. So Beza is a new card from Bloomborough that's actually a very good card against aggro decks like Yoshimaru. So it gives me life, it gives me creatures, lands, and maybe cards. So I think this will help me resurface from my very bad position right now.
Oh my god, Beza. Everything that I'm trying to do, it basically counters. All the life that he lost, back up. All the lack of his creatures. Now he has an army. Well, nice. So what does Beza do?
So Beza is a legendary creature, an elemental elf that when she enters the battlefield, I create a treasure token if an opponent controls more lands than me. I gain 4 life if an opponent has more life than me. I create 2 blue fish creature tokens if my opponent controls more creatures than me, and I draw a card if my opponent has more cards in hand than me.
I feel like
right now, I will gain 4 life because you have more life than me, and I'll create 2 blue fish tokens because you have more creatures than me.
you're going up to 18, and you have 2 fish. Value
And
for 1
I
card.
will pass. I think Beza is a card that you'd like to flicker with Felia. Go.
We'll see. So you want to make a deal? I'm going to untap and draw my card. So, Beza is a pain. Let's see what it can do. I'm going to tap 2 to cast Felden.
Felden is good.
I want to Felden entering triggers Yoshimaru's ability, so I will place a +1. Tap 2 as well to cast Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard.
Sure.
Another trigger, letting me.
So Hajar does what again?
I can decide to sack it, and all of my legendary creatures gain indestructible and +1/+0.
Sure. Okay.
It is also a 3/3. All right. So,
Would you like to flicker Beza?
you make a good argument. I will decide to attack though.
Okay.
I will declare Felden as well as Felia. Okay, all I can really do now is go wide and hopefully he can make a mistake. I still have my protection and I still have Thalia for taxing. So hopefully he kinda gets messed up with whatever things he has on hand. I will activate Felia's ability to exile my Thalia.
Talia. Alright.
Trigger is good.
Yeah, that resolves.
Passing on blockers.
Okay, I'll move to blockers. And I will. So this is currently a 3/3, right?
Correct.
So you can give it protection. You know what? Sure. I'll move to blockers.
Sounds good.
I will block Feldon with the 2 fish. And I'll block Felia with the Beza.
Sounds good. What I'm gonna do, before damage is dealt, I want to give protection from white to Felia.
Sure.
Damage resolves,
Yeah.
and then
Feldon dies.
Felden dies. Felden's damage ability, I get to look at the top 2 and decide to pick one, play until my next turn.
Sure.
And I think I have to decide on Thalia,
Okay.
a Heretic Cathar. Verdict Catacombs get exiled permanently. And I want to move to my end step.
Okay.
Thalia comes back. Yep. Trigger on Yoshimaru
Sure.
as well as Felia.
Okay.
And I pass my turn. Okay, this attack doesn't really feel that good, but at least I'm getting value out of it. Getting this Thalia out of Felden can really help me even hinder Dockstead even more.
So we currently have 4/4. Okay, I'll untap. I'll keep. Draw. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is going to play Satya, and I think my best course of action is just to try to copy Beza to get more life and get more creatures if possible. So let's try that. A Darkar Waste.
Okay.
Okay, I think I like doing that.
Alright.
I'll cast Satya.
Sounds good.
And I will move to combat.
Sounds good.
I'll attack Satya. No, I'll just attack Satya.
Okay.
And I'll target Beza.
Sounds good. Okay.
So, I get a token copy of Beza and I get 2 energy.
Right.
But because both of them are legends, the Beza token is going to get sacrificed.
Right.
But it will still trigger, so it's going to give me 4 life and 2 fish tokens. And Satya is still attacking.
Alright. I am afraid of what you have in your hand, but if you its interaction, Thalia's can kind of muck it up. Ugh, I can't keep letting Beza give him value. I really need to stop this Satya before he just keeps flickering it and getting more creatures, getting more back his life. This has to stop. I need to do this double block, and I need to just kill Satya, so he either is forced to cast Satya again or try a different plan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and block using Yoshimaru and Hajar.
Okay. I'm going to arrange the blockers wherein Hajar will be the first blocker.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Just for value reasons, I want to sack Hajar.
Okay.
Hajar triggers basically it gives Yoshi a plus as well as indestructible as well as the rest of my team. Legends.
Sure. Okay, so Satya dice.
All right.
And I'll pass my turn.
All right. Untap. Drop. I will be playing for my land for turn, Bloodstained Mire. 3 mana. I will be attempting to cast the Thalia Heretic Guitar from last turn.
Sure.
Is that all good?
Yeah, that's good.
Thalia trigger. Yoshimaru triggers. Now Yoshi is a 5/5. Now I want to enter the combat. I don't know why. I always want to flicker Beza thinking you're not gonna get value, but I think you're not gonna get value other than getting tokens, which I think that's still bad. So I want to declare attackers.
Sure.
And I think I just want to declare Yoshimaru as my only attacker.
Okay. That's currently a 6/6, right?
5/5.
5/5/5/5. Right, sure. I'll move to blocks.
Go ahead.
I'll just block with 1 fish.
Sounds good. And I'll just pass turn.
I'll untap. You have 1 card in hand, right?
1 card in hand.
Keep draw. Yeah, I think I'll just play a land.
Right.
Tapped because of Thalia. Right? Yeah, and I'll just pass my turn.
Sounds good. So on your end step, I'm going to fetch for a. I'm gonna get. Just get a basic mountain, and still on my end step, want to Worldly Tutor.
I'll thunder. Go.
All right, I have this Worldly Tutor, and there's so many things I can have that in my deck that can possibly answer Doc's deck. My only issue is that I'm scared of the amount of interaction he has. If he counters this, then I'm pretty much screwed. But if I am able to get a recursive creature like Flage, I could possibly come back with it and swing back. All right, so I have a lot of options in my deck, but I think I want to just pick out Flage.
Sure.
Flage goes on top of my deck, and I get into my turn. I draw my Flage.
Alright. Okay.
And now I want to go straight into attackers.
Sure.
I'm thinking of how most optimum I can muck your board. So I think what I want to do is Yoshimaru as well as Felia. For safety reasons, that's all I'm gonna declare. Okay. I will, however, trigger Felia's ability to target Thalia Heretic Cathar to flicker until the end of my turn.
Sure.
And I will pass on blockers.
You have 1 card in hand.
Totally don't know about.
Yeah, I'll move to blocks and just all block Yoshimaru.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I'll take 4.
Taking 4. Alright. And on my second main, I think the value matters here. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to cast Flage.
Sure.
Oh, let me tap that correctly. And I'm going to target you.
Okay, so I'll take 3.
And then gave 3.
Yes.
Flage goes into the grave, and I pass the turn on the end step. Before anything?
Triggers on the stack.
Triggers on the stack.
I will cast Fairy Mastermind.
Sounds good.
And I will also cast Samwise.
Alright. Okay.
When Samwise enters the battlefield, I'm going to make my Fairy Mastermind the Ring Bearer.
Okay.
Sure. And
proceeding with end step.
Sure.
Thalia, Heretic Cathar enters the battlefield.
Yep.
Triggers on Felia and Yoshi.
Yep.
And I pass turn.
Alright, I'll untap. I'll draw.
Okay.
I guess I'll just play a land tapped, and I'll move to combat, and I'll swing with Fairy Mastermind.
Can't do anything about that, so I'll
Sure.
take 2.
I'll pass my turn.
Alright. I'll untap. And I'll draw a card. I guess it's no use really to hold this on hand. I will be attempting to cast Adeline, Splendid Cathar.
Adeline is... I'll respond to that.
Sounds good.
I will activate Fairy Mastermind. So both of us
Okay.
will draw a card.
Alright.
And since that's the second card you've drawn this turn, I'll draw Fairy Mastermind triggers, I'll draw another card.
Sounds good.
Sure.
So what that tells me is that you might not have any counter spells. That's what I'm hoping for. Yes, Adeline. Oh, with my big army plus Flage, I think this is enough to get us win. But now, Adeline enters. I trigger Yoshi. Now it is now a 7/7, and Adeline is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 6, 6, a 6, 10.
Sure.
Now, I wanted to go to declaring attackers. Anything before?
Proceed.
Alright, so I want to declare attackers on Felia and Yoshi.
Okay.
Triggers on the stack. Adeline comes out with a human when attacked with a creature. Felia triggers, and I would want to try and flicker Adeline.
Sure. Yeah.
Adeline goes away, and 3 attackers on your way.
I'll move to blocks. The Beza will block the token. Samwise will block Yoshimaru.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Damage dealing.
Yep, I'll take 5 down to 10.
Okay.
Samwise dies.
Some nice dice. Moving to end step.
Sure.
Adeline comes back.
Yep.
Triggers on Yoshi as well as Felia.
Okay.
Going up to 7, and I want to pass turn.
I'll untap. Upkeep. I need something good. Draw.
Was it something good?
That might be something good. But it doesn't give me anything. Okay, let's just see first. Let's play Thundering Falls.
Alright.
Surveil. Put that in my graveyard. Just pass my turn.
Alright. So another activation is from Fairy Mastermind. There's a possibility. Also a lot of interaction. Still. So I draw. And I think I just want to go straight into combat.
Sure.
Declaring attackers.
Sure.
I will be declaring Adeline with Vigilance, Felia, as well as Yoshi.
Okay.
A few triggers on the stack.
Yep.
Adeline comes out with a human attacking, raising her attack. And Felia triggers, and I want to choose Fairy Mastermind as my target to exile.
Okay. In response to that, I'll fetch down to 9. Yep. I'll search for a basic mountain so that it enters and taps. Then I'll just cast in response Kutzil's Flanker.
Sounds good. Entering tap.
Choosing the entering tap, I'll choose a mode Gain 2 and Scry 2. Or Gain 2, Scry 2. Put these at the bottom.
Alright.
Then I'll activate Fairy Mastermind.
Alright. Okay. Sounds
Both of
good.
us will draw a card. And again, since that's the second card you've drawn, I'll draw another card.
Alright.
Alright, then Fairy Mastermind becomes exiled.
Alright.
7. I think that's lethal. Yeah, alright.
Yep, that's lethal. Wow, so you weren't able to draw
No counter magic. No,
no counter
interaction.
magic.
Sure. Pressure. Stop it. Stop it. Chris, stop it. Let's move to game 3.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at game 3. I'm gonna play first.
Oh boy.
Okay.
For sevens, good luck, good luck. Not what I want to see for my first 7.
But I guess this is okay. Sure, I'll keep this.
I have to mull mine. Okay, game 3, and I'm going on the play. Ooh, and down to 6-2. Hopefully I get something good.
Okay, going into game 3, I think I kept a sort of slow hand, but I think it has all the answers that I need. I might not be able to outrace a very fast Yoshimaru hand, but at least I have Flage to deal with creatures and gain me life, Beza to gain me life and help me stabilize, and maybe Tishana's Tidebinder to at least stop one of his value creatures from taking advantage from me.
Going down to 6 doesn't feel good, but at least having a draw makes up for it. Alright, I can work with this.
Okay.
Sure. Hold on. Let me decide my thing, but yeah, write this down. Oh! Gemstone. Alright, I think this is a good 6, and I have to put this back because I think my other cards are just better.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, I'll choose to go first.
But wait!
Turn 0.
Turn 0.
Okay.
Gemstone Caverns. And I decide to just pitch my Ash.
Okay.
Gemstone Cavern is a land that I can play on. If I have it in my opening hand, all I have to do, and once I exile any card, I can have it enter on turn 0, and it can tap for any color of mana.
Okay. Alright.
Good luck, good luck.
Elegant Parlor. Go. Here.
Draw. So now I can do fun things like this. So Yoshimaru.
Yep.
And then I have a land for turn, which will be Razor Ridge Thicket. Tapping Razor Ridge Thicket for Skull Clamp.
Sure.
Pass turn. Gemstone will let me cast Yoshi, and another thing, Skull Clamp. Hopefully this can accumulate me more value because I need to get back out of the back foot.
Upkeep. Draw. I'll play a Flooded Strand. I'll pass.
Untap. Draw. For my land for turn, I'm going to play Copperline Gorge. Tapping 2, I'm gonna try and cast Inti Celestial.
Sure. Seneschal.
Seneschal. It's a weird word. Yoshimaru triggers.
Sure.
Putting +1/+1.
Yep.
And I'm going to attempt to attach Skull Clamp
Okay.
on Yoshi.
Sure.
I want to enter combat.
Yep.
Swinging for 3.
Yep.
And then I just pass the turn.
I'll take 3.
Like this. Hold on.
End step, I'll fetch. Search for a Thundering Falls. Surveil. Yeah, I think that's actually good.
It's okay. It's
That's
good.
actually good. Untapping. Upkeep. Draw. I'll play a Tundra.
Alright.
And let me cast Flage, targeting Inti.
Targeting Inti. Yes, that's good.
Game 3. Currently it's turn 3. I have the ability to cast Flage, and I think I'm more inclined to deal with Inti more than Yoshimaru because Yoshimaru is currently equipped with Skull Clamps. I don't want to give him any more cards to have more action, so I think I'm gonna go for Inti.
So he answered my Inti, which I was hoping to get me even more value, even through the Skull Clamp. But I think with Adeline, I could feed the tokens and just keep drawing more cards to answer whatever he has.
Go.
Untap. Draw for turn. For my land for turn, I'm going to cast, play Scalding Tide. And using 3 mana, I will cast Adeline, Resplendent Cathar.
Sure.
Yoshi TB. And Adeline is currently a 2/4. Enter in combat.
Sure.
I will be swinging for 4 with a human coming out, so swinging for 5.
Sure. Yeah, no blocks. I'll take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Adeline grows, and I pass turn.
Okay. Okay, so he has Adeline and Yoshimaru with a Skull Clamp equipped. I have a Tishana's Tidebinder. 2 things I can do. I can either deal with the Adeline. I can stop its abilities and keep it from becoming big, but he will still be able to draw cards if I try to kill his Yoshimaru. Another approach I think I can do is I can try to deal 3 damage to Yoshimaru, and while the trigger is on the stack of while the Skull Clamp trigger is on the stack, I'll stifle that so that that also shuts down his Skull Clamp activations later on. I think I'll go for that. You have Adeline. I think I can deal with that. I think I can deal with that. Play a land. Sure, I'll pass. I'll pass.
Passing is very scary. Okay, untapping. Draw for turn. Land for turn. Flagstone Social Art Care. Trigger on the stack.
How big is Yoshimaru currently?
It's currently a 4/2.
4/2, sure. Okay.
Enter ETB trigger.
Sure.
It's now a 5/3.
3, yep.
And I think I just want to go to combat.
Sure.
What could you have? If it's flash creatures, I think I'm okay to trade, depending on what you have. But I don't think you could. You most likely can't kill Yoshi. But I think that's a trade I'm willing to make, especially with the amount of lands I have and the potential draw for Skull Clamp. So I want to declare attackers. Swinging in with the team. I have a trigger with Adeline to give me another human to pop out.
Let me think.
No problem.
Sure.
So now I'm swinging with these guys.
I'll cast Lightning Bolt on Yoshimaru.
Sounds good?
Okay.
Oh, sounds good in my end.
Skull Clamp triggers.
Skull Clamp trigger.
I'll Tishana's Tidebinder the trigger of Skull Clamp.
Wow. Oh, he's gonna bolt my Yoshi. Yes, card draw. I just need this enough to... Shana. Oh, my value. All right.
So it's now, it doesn't have any abilities anymore since I countered its activate a bit. So this becomes a 3 power. Then I'll move to blocks.
Yep.
I'll block one of the tokens.
Fair is fair.
So I'll take 3/4 damage, down to 10.
All right. Not the best outcome, but I think I'm still in a good spot. I will pay 3. Casting on Yoshi again.
You're casting Yoshimaru, sure.
I can't do anything with my with the Skull Clamp anymore, so I'm just going to pass.
I'll untap.
All right.
Draw. How many cards in hand do you have?
1 card in hand.
1 card in hand. Okay, I'll play a land. Then I guess I will cast Meza.
Oh.
So I'll gain 4 life.
Yep.
I'll create 2 fish tokens. And you have 5 lands in card. Okay.
That's
right.
correct.
I should have played land. I'll pass.
All right. I'm just going to fetch. Scalding turn, finding a Sacred Foundry. Entering tap.
Sure.
Well, my engine's gone. And now I'm just in top deck mode. Ruling on Tashana's Tidebinder.
As long as it's on the battlefield, the Skull Clamp doesn't have any other and loses all abilities.
Sounds good. Okay, so if I can get entering my turn. Tap. Draw. I'm going to tap 2 mana to Lightning Helix the Tashana's Tidebinder.
Sure. You'll gain 3.
I'll gain 3.
Okay, so Lightning Helix to my Tishana's Tidebinder. That's bad because now he gets to activate his Skull Clamp. I hope he doesn't have anything good that he can clamp into.
Now that it's back online, I think I need to use it for value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and feed my human into the Skull Clamp, drawing 2 cards. Okay, I still need to deal with Tashana, so I still have to just deal with it with Lightning Helix. And thankfully, I have the Sajani to get me more cards. Hopefully this will be enough to outgrind Doc's deck. I'm going to play Sukenzen for my land for turn.
Sure.
Trigger on Yoshi.
Okay.
And for 2 mana, I'm going to cast a Johnny, Nicolo, Advent,
Or
and Parlay. Haraya.
alright, okay.
Triggers. So a Johnny comes out with a cat friend, and Yoshi comes in with another +1.
A Johnny, Skull Clamp. Oh, this is not good. It's gonna flip, so that's bad, very bad for me right now.
Now I have the choice to feed the token, and I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm going to sacrifice, equip the cat to the Skull Clamp.
Sure.
2 triggers. Skull Clamp to let me draw 2 cards. And flipping a Johnny.
Okay.
I already played my land for turn. So what I can do is I will 0 a Johnny. Getting my cat back.
Okay.
Putting here.
Sure.
Trigger from a Johnny, as it enters as its flip side, I can add another +1 to Yoshi.
Okay.
Now, what do I do? If you were casting Beza, thank you. I mean, if you're casting Satya next turn, you could do another Beza, but either way, I can't deal with Beza right now, so I think I have to just pass my turn.
End step, I'll fetch.
Go ahead.
13. I'm going to search for a meticulous archive, and I'm going to surveil. Surveil.
Is it good?
It's actually kind of good, but I think you have how many cards in hand? 3 cards.
3 cards now.
But I think I want to deal with the Johnny first. Yeah, okay. I'll untap.
Go ahead.
Keep on untap. I'll draw a card. Okay, so that the Johnny is gonna be a big problem for me. It's a good thing that I have enough cards in my graveyard for me to escape Flage and deal 3 damage to that Planeswalker right now. And I think I'm gonna do that. I'll play a land.
Alright. Is it Flage?
Yeah, I'm gonna escape Flage. So I'm gonna exile 5 cards in addition to casting Flage from the graveyard.
Sounds good.
It enters the battlefield. I'm gonna deal 3 damage to a Johnny.
Fair is fair.
I'll gain 3.
Johnny into the grave.
Okay, and I'll pass.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna tap. Draw. Okay, so what can I do here? I think I need to keep digging to find answers because your board is way too much right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tap Flagstones to try and equip my cat.
Okay.
The cat dies, and Skull Clap triggers.
Draw 2 cards. Okay.
Hoping for good cards. Let me play my land for turn before I forget. Command Tower, and I'm gonna pay 2 mana. Let's tap Greg. There. For Loyal Apprentice.
Sure.
And I think I just want to enter combat.
Sure.
Entering combat, at the beginning of combat, now that I control my commander, Lieutenant activates on Loyal Apprentice, giving me a 1/1 Thopter.
Yep.
This grows Adeline, and I would like to declare attacks.
Yep.
I will just swing with the 1/1 Flying Boy. Adeline triggers, letting me get the human, and I'll pass on blocks.
I'll block the human token with Flage. I'll just take 1.
All right, I think that's good on my end. Pass turn.
At the end step, I'm going to flash in Cathar Commando.
Okay.
Okay, I'm tapping.
Good.
Keep. Draw.
All right.
How many cards in hand? You have
4 cards in hand.
4 cards in hand. I think what I will do is I'm going to cast Satya.
Nothing you can do there.
So I'm now casting Satya. I think what I'll do is I'm going to try to copy Flage to try to deal with the Loyal Apprentice and maybe try to discourage him from blocking my commander by also dealing 3 damage to one of his other creatures. Because if he does intend to block, then at least I get to kill one of his 4 toughness creatures, either Yoshimaru or Adeline. So let's try to copy Flage. I will move to combat.
I'll do something before combat.
Sure.
Because I feel like if you're gonna swing, it's gonna be pretty bad for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kick Galadriel's Dismissal.
So what does Galadriel's Dismissal do?
Galadriel's dismissal states that target creature faces out, but if I kicked it, each creature target opponent controls faces out. So I want to target you.
So you want to phase out all of my creatures.
That's the hope.
So I'm moving to attack. I'm gonna try to deal a lot of damage to Khris. Okay? But then he casts Galadriel's Dismissal with Kicker. So that will cause my creatures to phase out. Basically, negating my combat and putting my shields down against his attack during my turn. It's a good thing I have Mana Tide. Mana Tide.
Of course, it's Mana Tide. Well, I guess I have to take all this damage. Okay.
Moving to combat.
You got it.
I'm going to Flage. Attack with Flage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with Flage. I'm gonna attack with Satya.
Not the fishes?
Triggers. So Satya will create a copy of Flage.
Okay.
And Flage will deal 3 damage to Loyal Apprentice.
Alright. Is that the copy or the... Either way.
So I'll let the Flage trigger resolve first. I'm gonna deal 3 damage to the Loyal Apprentice.
Roll on the size.
3. Then I'm gonna create a copy and generating 2 energy tokens. I'm going to deal 3 damage to Adeline.
3 damage is marked on Adeline.
Yep. So 1, 2, 3.
Woof.
And I'm attacking you with both.
So I would be taking 9, correct?
Yes, you will be taking 9 damage.
And I think I just do have to take that. I will take 9.
Sure.
Goodness.
And I will pass.
Well, it was supposed to be cool. I'm gonna draw my card. I still have ways to get value, but it's still gonna be tough. So what I am gonna do first is I'm gonna play my land, Windswept Heath, and I'm gonna immediately fetch just so I can get. I will fetch just to get a plateau.
Plateau. Okay.
So what I want to do first is cast Shadow Spear.
Sure.
Trigger on Yoshi. So it enters. And let's see what you do. I am going to try and equip Yoshi with the Shadow Spear.
Sure. So currently it's a 6/6.
6/6.
Sure.
Like trample. So now I want to enter combat.
Sure.
And I would like to declare the Flying Thopter and Yoshi. Trigger on Adeline, I get a human as well.
Okay. 6.
Yoshi and 4. And I will pass on blockers.
Right. I'll just block base to the human, and everything else I'll take.
You're taking.
I'll
Alright.
take 7.
Taking 7.
You gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
6. Alright. Stabilized a bit, but I think I need more. I would want to sacrifice, equip the 1/1 Thopter into Skull Clamping.
Sure.
Drawing 2 cards. I already did my land, which is a fetch. I'm gonna tap for
Delighted Halfling.
for the
Okay.
Delighted Halfling. And I'm going to equip the Delighted Halfling with the Skull Clamp.
Sure.
Alright. I guess 3 cards in hand. This should be good enough. Pass turn.
I'll untap. Move to upkeep, then draw. You have how many cards in hand?
3 cards in hand.
Cards in hands. Okay. Sure. I'll move to combat.
Before combat. I think if I don't deal with this now, it's just gonna keep going. So I would want to Swords of Plowshare Flage.
Oh no, he has Swords of Plowshares. A good thing I have Mental Misstep.
No! No!
I'm going to
No!
Mental Misstep.
Well, that plan's done. Okay. Mental misstep. Guess he has 2 flages now.
I'll move to combat.
That's a priority. Yup.
I will attack Flage, Satya, Beza, and Cathar Commando.
Alright.
Triggers. Flage will deal... Here's what I'll do first. I'll stack the abilities so that Flage will deal 3 damage to the Lighted Halfling, and Satya's ability will resolve first, targeting Cathar Commando.
Okay.
So I'll create a copy of Cathar Commando.
Right.
Gain 4 energy. Then, while the Flage trigger is still on the stack, I'm going to sacrifice the token to destroy Skull Clamp.
Ooh.
Then, Flage will trigger.
Alright.
It'll deal 3 damage to the Lighted Halfling. I'll gain 1, 2, 3 life.
Alright.
And I'm attacking right now.
So I can block the... No damage is marked on Adeline, so I think I can block the Cathar Commando. Cards in hand.
I only have 1 card in hand.
I guess we'll see it. I would like to declare blocks on Cathar Commando.
Sure, that's good. But I'll sacrifice Cathar... before damage is dealt, I'll sacrifice Cathar Commando to destroy Shadow Spear.
Sounds good.
And I'll move to damage. Deal 13 damage to you.
13 damage
Down to 5.
Down to 5. How do we get out of this?
And I'll pass my turn.
Untap. Let's see if I get something. Oh god, please. I just need this card to be really good. Just a miracle. Anything. Well, Headliner Scarlet. I'm not good at math, but I hope that just counting the legends, counting the tokens, I hope this is enough. Well, this is all I can do, because might as well. Headliner Scarlet.
Okay, can't block. So it's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that's 13 damage.
Trigger on Headliner Scarlet.
Yep.
This was 5, 6.
Sure.
Currently at 3.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14.
Okay, wait, actually, so, with Headliner Scarlet ETBs, I grow my Yoshi, and I get to choose a target player, and that player cannot block this turn. So I'm going for a big swing.
Sure.
Alright, let's see if it works. I would like to declare your attacks. Swing everything. Trigger on Adeline. I get to have a human, and Adeline grows.
Sure.
Alright.
No blocks.
So that would be, how would it? 6, 7, 8, 6, 9, 10, 14?
14, down to 3.
Down to 3.
Okay, down to 3. Please don't let him have anything that will deal 3.
Chain Lightning?
No responses.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Scarlet.
Headliner Scarlet!
Nice.
Yes!
Oh shit, Chain Lightning. Okay, alright. Okay, that's good. Nice game, Chris. Good game, Chris. That was very fun. And I think that that game highlights the good thing about Duel Commander. So, yeah, very interactive games, very fun format. You have a very varied and wide card pool. And really, you just get to enjoy playing competitive Commander in 1v1.
Absolutely. And I'm very happy how we were able to showcase each of our synergies, each of our archetypes very well. We were able to show how much powerful and value-driven cards that we can really play in Duel Commander. So hopefully we could do even more.
Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed the match. And we hope to see you again in our future videos.
And thank you so much to High Market for letting us shoot in their store. Thank you so much. And now, hopefully, we'll see you next time at
Singles only.